there you are, hiding in the safety of your closet in your upstairs room. You're clutching your wife and kids as they cry, and you can hear him climbing up the stairs. You take a deep breath. You're trying to relax, but you've done everything you can, and the police have not arrived yet. The only way of stopping this criminal and saving your family from certain death is to do it your own way. You point the gun out the closet, and you hear the roar of the gun echo through the house, and you know you've done the right thing. This is why I truly have faith in the right to own a gun, and that it's essential for personal protection, it helps deter crime, and it's a natural-born constitutional privilege. Some of you may disagree, with good reason too. Out of the rising occurrences of really very tragic school shootings and just terrible things, but in reality, this thinking is wrong. Because non-legal gun owners are the ones that are 5 times more likely to commit violent crime. And the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And these good guys, they kill 3 times as many criminals as police. Gun ownership is also essential for the self-defense side. More than 80% of guns are used for self-defense reasons, and not like 80 times more than it's used for murder or suicide weapons. And you may think like guns are probably like only police need guns, but really there's like 100 good guys with guns per every 1 officer with a gun. And like Arizona sheriff once said, police do very little to prevent crime. We investigate the crime after the fact. And it's not anyone that can just go up to a gun store and go buy a gun. There's a whole process to it. And you have to be 18 to own a rifle and 21 to own a pistol. And you have to be a citizen, you have to have a pretty clean criminal record, like minus some like a couple minor offenses. You can't be a known substance user, you know? You can't have any mental health issues either, which really narrows down to the population that can actually legally own a gun. And everyone that legally owns guns use it to protect more, like I said, 80 times more than for violent crime. Another reason that gun ownership is essential is for the way that it decreases crime rates. Like in Kennesaw, Georgia, they made a mandatory law that every household has to own a gun, and their burglary rates have dropped 89%, and their overall crime rates is actually 85% lower than the national average. It's a proven fact. Criminals don't want to mess with a good guy with a gun, and 3 out of 5 felons prove that. 200,000 female good guys protected themselves from sexual assault just last year. And if that doesn't make you feel safe, then I don't really know what does. Because just makes you feel safe, I guess. But if you want to carry a concealed weapon around and protect yourself, even when you're in a public place where you think you should be safe anyway, you must take a long and it's actually a really hard class. Like a lot of people fail this class, and it's the class to get your concealed to carry permit. And you have to wait till you're 21 to take that class. So, but having a gun will stop criminals if you use it the right way. Another reason gun ownership is essential is it's protected by the Second Amendment. It says in the Second Amendment, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And 88% of the U.S. have guns. A lot of these people are really good guys, and they just use them to provide meat for their family and hunting, and they use it for protection, obviously. And at the shooting range, everyone, y'all probably shot a gun. A lot of you have, I bet. And it's pretty fun. And it's a privilege. It's not a right. It can be taken away if you're just not being responsible with it. You get caught like using it like the wrong way that it's supposed to be used, and I mean there's lots of rules about bearing arms, and you just can't misuse them. They're pretty serious. In conclusion, if guns were to ever be taken away, our crime rates would rocket. They would skyrocket. It's just like most of the countries in the top 10 of the most violent crime actually have guns banned, and there's just no law really regarding them sometimes. But so if you don't really like violence, then you should say yes to the pew pew, because good guys could save you someday. The only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. So be a good guy.
Was that kind of long?